what's up? It's Megan. Today's video I want to talk about why you should use subliminals and when it's important to use subliminal messaging. So subliminal messages, for those of you who don't know, are audio files that contain under the range of human hearing affirmations that give us different qualities in our lives, can change our lives for the better, and can reprogram our subconscious minds. So it's all about taking back control, it's all about reprogramming, and it's all about using these for the good of our others and using them responsibly and safely. I want to talk today about the circumstances in which it is definitely needed to use a subliminal, and then the circumstances in which you don't really necessarily have to use a subliminal. But what we have to understand is subliminals can actually change the realities of other people. So we could use subliminals to put harm onto others and they would work. I've actually had an experiment where I had my friend, where a friend in my room used a subliminal on me that was supposed to make me get up and leave the room. And they were trying to basically see if subliminals would work, and they just typed that into the it's just funny, but yeah, they basically type that into YouTube, make someone go away, and I actually felt like leaving the room, and they didn't tell me that the subliminal was on or anything like that, but I was saying to them, I feel like getting up and like getting out of this room, and like they were like, tell me what this subliminal is about, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel like getting up and dancing. I didn't really get like the whole thing, but he only did it for like a few minutes, and I actually felt like leaving the room. So there you go, proof that subliminals can affect the people around you. I've used subliminals to get my ex-boyfriend back. They've worked. I've used subliminals to manifest text from people and I get the text a few minutes later. So these things do work and we can influence the minds of other people. But I want to present to you right now, is it ethical, okay? Is it actually an ethical thing to do, to use our subconsciouses to change what someone's actions might have been at the time? I think that there's always going to be a repercussion if you're going to use something that subconsciously, covertly programs someone. Now, if you just outright say to someone, you know, like, I want you to leave the room, that's totally different than subconsciously programming them to want to leave the room on their own free will. But is it really their free will when like you're programming it? The thing is, our minds are so powerful, they're so up there with the power that, you know, if you want to take your reality into your own hands and it's you're the one doing it, then by all means, you know. But if you're gonna affect someone else and you're gonna like actually affect their life, think about, do you really want those repercussions that might come to you for the fact that you affected their life? Is that something that you want to deal with? I think if you want to do something like that, do subliminals that make you more attractive, do subliminals that make you, you know, more outgoing, more friendly, more flirty, whatever. You could do things like that, but don't do subliminals. And I don't want to tell you guys what to do, so these are really just my 2 cents again. It's just like, think of it from their perspective. Like, think of it, well, maybe that person had a crush on another girl, but now because you're using subliminals on them, now all they can think about is you. And it's like, well, what if them and that other girl, they were meant to do something together, they were meant to be together, and now you're like stalling that, now you're like delaying that? Why not just like make yourself more attractive, and then whoever comes to you, that's who comes to you? You know, you don't need to like go and like specifically target like Mark, you know, and be like, okay, I'm gonna write his name down a million times, do all these spells on them, because that's literally magic, and I don't condone that. I don't condone any types of like magic that isn't for just yourself, that's not just for your higher good, that's not just making yourself stronger, taking yourself out of discomfort and using the things that are given to us, you know, by God. Basically, these are our God-given rights to be able to use our subconscious. Now, when should you use subliminals? You should use them on any type of health issue, any type of discomfort that you have, anything. You wake up, you feel tired, you feel stressed out, you can you can use a Hertz frequency on your adrenal glands to get those working again. Those have a lot of to do with anxiety. So there's millions of examples. I'm not going to go over anything, but health, you know, is number one. That's key, okay? If you want to change your appearance, if you want to feel more comfortable in your body, if you feel that, you know, you don't like the way your lips look, you don't like the way your nose looks, plastic surgery has a lot of bad things about it. I mean, you can get, you know, botched basically, and like, have it look really bad, and you can get infections. Your face can literally fall off from plastic surgery. So I do not condone that ever, and I just wouldn't do it because there's so much stuff in those fillers and stuff. I just never would do it. So that's why it's just like, if you just want to do that for yourself, but it's not vanity, you know, go ahead. Because okay, the last reason is to use subliminals is basically use them for the sake of opening your subconscious mind. That's the only reason. Literally, if you listen to a subliminal at all, it still opens up your subconscious mind, and it still makes you aware of stuff that's in there that you might not have known, okay? So for that reason, just use them for the sake of using them, because we are so programmed every single day with movies, music, TV, you know, all this type of stuff, that you don't know what you're picking up, okay? You don't know what's in there. You don't know, like, if you're being programmed to act a certain way, to be a certain way, okay? And just the act of using a subliminal can really open your mind. And I think people with an open mind are 1,000 times better than people with closed minds. That's just, might want to continue to be sleeping consciously, you know, not realize it. But I think that the act of becoming conscious, the act of at least being aware of our thoughts, is priceless, really, because the way we treat others is a reflection of how we feel. And if you're dealing with stuff that's really dark and it's hidden in your subconscious, old trauma, then listening to a subliminal will actually just unlock that stuff, and it'll just like, boom, like you'll just like have to face it, you'll have to see it. That's just the power of the subliminal. It doesn't even have to be about a healing from trauma. It could just be like a random subliminal, and it could still have that effect, because it's kind of like throwing a rock in a lake. Like there's ripples effects, okay? So even if you're doing it for one thing, they'll just open that stuff up, and you can heal, you can understand, okay, why do I like this movie so much? You know, there's going to be so many connections that you'll make once you open your subconscious mind, because everything is stored in the subconscious. It's huge, okay? Alright, so I hope this video helped you guys. Thank you all for 25,000 subscribers. I appreciate it so much. Alright,